Captain, my captain.
I'll be back.
I'm the king of the world!
Iron Man.
Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a really long time since the last time I posted a video. I think it was back in July of last year, and now here we are in 2021, and we are officially back.
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
We were on quite the stretch. We were going to a movie theater every weekend for about 3 weekends in a row, and then all of a sudden, boom, theaters shut back down, and I just kind of took me out of it, kind of took my heart out of it, and I didn't really feel like making videos after that.
You broke my heart!
There were some good movies that did come out in 2020 that I felt like maybe talking about, but decided ultimately that, you know what, I don't really feel like doing it. Then here we are, 2021 comes, and you know what? I figure why not start it back up? Let's get back into it and let's start reviewing some movies. So here we are, 2021, and it's already a start to a crazy year when it comes to new releases, because some major studios will be releasing their movies straight to streaming online and in theaters at the same time, and that's exactly what HBO Max and Warner Brothers is doing. Warner Brothers is now releasing their new releases, so they have some big new releases this year, onto HBO Max the same weekend that they release in theaters. So if theaters are open around you, then you can go to the theaters to see these movies, or you can pay the $14.99 a month subscription option for HBO Max, and you can watch it from the comfort of your couch. And that's where I am today. I'm sitting on my couch about to watch a new 2021 release, and this one is going to be The Little Things. Now, The Little Things is a very intriguing movie to me. It is a crime thriller, and I'm very excited about watching this. The reason why I'm excited about watching this is because of 3 big names. You got Denzel Washington, Jared Leto, and Rami Malek. 3 Oscar winners all in the same movie trying to solve some sort of crime surrounding a serial killer. I'm very excited to watch this. Now, this will be my 3rd 2021 release that I watch. I've already watched 2 others. They were both terrible. I watched the new Anthony Mackie futuristic cyborg action movie called Outside the Wire. That's a Netflix original. Not great. Just definitely not very good. Maybe some mindless fun if you're looking for something to watch late at night. And then the other one I watched was another HBO Max original. This one was called Lockdown with Anne Hathaway. It was so boring. I do not recommend that one at all. I could hardly get through it.
You know, you think I'm so happy and normal.
No, I'd never accuse you of being happy and normal.
So hopefully with the 3rd 2021 movie release that I'll be watching, it's better than the previous 2. I've seen reviews for this. I haven't looked into them, but I did see the Rotten Tomatoes score. It's getting mixed reviews. I kind of want to form my own opinion. I've been hearing that this movie is one that maybe critics might not love as much as the audience does. So we'll get into that, and we'll see what this is all about. So The Little Things, that's what I'm going to be watching here, and I'll be coming with the review very shortly.
You know him, didn't you? Then you had that one little feeling. But you waved it away. You should have listened to that one little feeling. Just like I'm listening to you now. You can talk to me. I'm all the friend you got.
So I just finished The Little Things, and first reaction is it was simply okay. I'm kind of disappointed that it wasn't better given the caliber of this cast, and I really wish it was more than what it was, but it wasn't terrible. Wasn't necessarily good either. Now, this movie really gives some Zodiac and Seven vibes, although it never reaches the caliber of either of those movies. Deputy Sheriff Joe Deacon joins forces with Sergeant Jim Baxter to search for a serial killer who is terrorizing Los Angeles. As they track the culprit, Baxter is unaware that the investigation is dredging up echoes of Deke's past. Written and directed by John Lee Hancock, who also brought you movies like The Blind Side and Saving Mr. Banks. I definitely had a lot more hope in this movie because of his past and obviously the past of the characters and actors in this movie. But really, outside of the 3 main characters and their performances, this was a really slow burn that didn't really pan into anything.
How's the trunk space?
let's dive into each performance. Denzel was incredible in this movie, as he is in most things. He was by far the best part of this movie. His character was extremely good and really fascinating. I actually wanted to know more about his character. I was more fascinated in his character than the mystery in the movie. So that kind of just tells you how kind of boring the plot actually was. As for Rami Malek, he was good, although I do feel it was hard to connect to his character. He played the character fine and his performance was good, but overall it was really hard to just emotionally connect to him. So when the movie comes to an end and what eventually happens, you don't really care just because you haven't been able to develop this connection to this character. And then as for Jared Leto,
how's the trunk space?
he has a tendency to overact. He is a very good actor, but he does have a tendency to do that. And in this movie, I thought in some scenes he was kind of overacting just a bit, although I do feel he played a pretty creepy and overall good character. So outside of the three characters and the three actors' performances, the movie is just a really slow burn that the plot just, for me, doesn't really work. The first act, you have a lot of energy, it comes in, you're excited, it kind of grabs you, and then the second act is just, it seems like it takes forever to get through. And then the third act kind of starts to pick up, you feel like it's culminating to something, you feel like there is going to be this big breakthrough in the story, and then it's almost like nothing happens, it just kind of fizzles out. So they're setting up this thing, they're setting up this big breakthrough, you know, to solve this big mystery, and then it just kind of ends, and you're just kind of left thinking, wait, that's it? So it was disappointing in that sense. And I know that the John Lee Hancock really wants to leave it up to the viewer, and I totally respect that in some ways, but in this movie, I didn't want that. So it's hard to kind of get into it without giving any spoilers, and I don't want to give any spoilers in case you plan on watching this, but this was just, to me, a cheap version of a really good crime thriller. And with the people that were in this movie, that's kind of sad to say. So overall, not a fantastic movie, but also not terrible. I've seen a lot worse. This is easily the best of the three that I've seen so far this year. It takes place in the 90s because John Lee Hancock originally wrote this film in the 90s and then decided to leave it in the 90s. And you know, I understand that it takes place in the 90s, but it did feel really, you know, like very cliche in a lot of ways. Like I've seen this a million times. It's kind of worth the watch if you want to watch it for free. I would not recommend racing out there and getting HBO Max just to watch this. I also wouldn't recommend going to the theater to see this either. This is one that maybe you can catch for free at a later time. So don't rush to go see this one. It's just okay, nothing great. Overall, I'm going to give The Little Things a 5 out of 10. So have you seen The Little Things? Please let me know if you have in the comments below, and let me know what you thought about the film. I'd like you to form your own opinion, and then let me know what you thought about it, and if you liked it, and if you agreed or disagreed with what I had to say. And if you liked this video, please consider hitting that like button, and of course, hit that subscribe button, and ding that bell to stay up to date for when I post my next video, and we'll be sure to see you in the next one.
See you around.
All right, check you later.
Bye.